Warning. The following presentation may contain excessive alcohol consumption, obscene language, controversial opinions, heavy metal, and actual wrestling chat. As such, it has been rated M for metal.
Welcome to the Mosh Pit.
Hello and welcome to the latest edition of Mickey's Mosh Pit. I'm your host as usual, Mickey Vago, and again joining me as always is Mark Clunes.
Bonjour.
So before we get into today's episode, there's probably something we should cover. Obviously the past two episodes we've did have been very Aussie heavy, covering the Back to the Beginning concert. So 22nd of July, we got the sad news that Aussie had passed eventually. I thought, like I said, I sent you boys the death certificate was doing the rounds of the day, and his occupation was as songwriter, performer, and rock legend.
Yeah.
Obviously it's like, I don't know about yourself, but like usually these celebrity deaths don't really hit me because it's like, get that these folk. The only thing that's really hit me in the past has been Lemmy when he went in 15, and then Aussie. That's probably the second name for me.
Yeah.
It's been
Yeah, I mean, and like Rick Parfitt was a big one for me, and it's just that like because like I've seen so many times as well, and I mean, you can only say the kind of the obvious stuff that a lot of folk have said, where you can a life well lived and all that kind of stuff, and I suppose we've probably joked about it before on the many episodes where we've said that it's like, how the fuck is this man still alive? It's like he can. I know it's the old Wayne's World 2 joke where it's like he cannot be killed by conventional weapons, and just like drugs couldn't take him, alcohol couldn't take him, quad bikes couldn't take him, and eventually just it catches up on us all. But yeah, really sad. I think basically just like we recapped at the end of the review episode of the gig, is that I'm just kind of delighted for him that he got to go as a performer on his own terms.
He got his wish.
He got his wish. He got to go out on his own terms at home. Basically a decent golf drive from his old home where the band was formed. It couldn't have been more perfect for him. So, I mean, you obviously never went to see somebody dying. But it's like in terms of a way to go, there's probably ways to go out. It kind of sounds stupid, because it sounds a wee bit daft. But if there's ways to go out, and if that's a way you're kind of going to go, fair play. In front of an adoring audience, where your three oldest bandmates, and well deserved. All the plaudits and stuff. It's been, it was quite nice to see just everybody. Every band pretty much to a man coming out and saying nice stuff about them, which it was really nice. Even Maiden did it, and I know there's a kind of wee feud there, but there's not really a feud there, it's water under the bridge. They're all pensioners now. There's no point bubbling about stuff like that. So
like Sharon said, if they'd been available, they would have been there.
It was lovely to see absolutely everybody coming out and saying nice things about him. Even I know it's a metal podcast, but even non-metal guys doing it was really nice to see. Obviously like his mates and things like Elton John and stuff like that, but people who have just who are aware of his influence was really sweet and enjoyable to see that he touched like so many lives.
It's like we said, I think it was Steven Tyler we just mentioned about it. He's like, I say, once these boys start going, like, there's nobody that's replacing them.
No.
Like, and it might just be because we're out of touch with the Fitz coming just now, but like a Aussie or Lemmy or like Tyler when he goes in Halford, I say, you're not going to replace these boys. Like, whether it's the sound or the look or just the influence they had, you're not gonna be able to replace them. So
No,
once they're gone, they're gone.
and I know there's bands now that fill stadiums, and
Aye.
there's young bands. But in terms of like, can young rock bands?
Aye.
Can no, there's no. I mean, yeah, like okay, the boy Youngblood's doing it, Harry Styles, can all these types of people, Taylor
Aye.
Swift, Beyonce, all this. Yeah, they're filling stadiums, but in terms of guitar music,
Aye.
new bands that are doing it, no, it's all
You
it's
can
all kind of old school metal bands. Can God forbid we say it, it's Oasis. Can it's all, for lack of a better term. And I know kids, some of them are still putting out new albums. And we're going to talk about Maiden. They're putting out new albums. They're still trying to keep themselves being a going concern and vital and on the edge.
Aye.
But a lot of the bands that are still doing stadiums have been around long enough that you would call them heritage acts, no
Aye.
matter what new products they put out.
Aye. It's like them, like you said, there is a lot of new bands or newer bands that can fill stadiums and arenas.
Mhm.
But it's like, how many boys can you name for that band?
Yeah.
Probably name any. Whereas
Again, it's about stars. Yeah,
Aye.
there's like there no and nowadays I know it's like kind of they've got to be more careful and all this kind of stuff, and you get cancelled and
Aye.
they dig into your past and things like that. And I know it's different now but in terms of just like wild, absolute nutcase. No, truthfully, the last like probably person who tried to be like that was Pete Doherty, and look how they
Aye.
just they came for him.
Aye.
To the point where it was like every minute he was like in the papers. It was like, oh, here's the drug, here's drugs, here's the drugs, here's the drugs, here's more drugs, here's even more drugs, Pete, and people just trying to get him killed. And in the end, they never made it massive.
Aye.
But that's probably the last person who was like a proper, dare I say, like dangerous.
Aye.
Like
living lifestyle properly.
Aye, anything can happen on the edge, kind of rock star.
Aye.
But they just didn't make him look that anymore.
No.
Because
Like
in the 90s a lot of them died young, to be honest. And I think a lot of them took notice of Lane Staley, Cobain,
Aye.
latterly obviously Cornell, Wayland. Okay, gave it another 20 years. Andrew Wood from Mother Love Bone, obviously. There's all these kind of 90s guys who died, and it's like, right, and obviously the Last Second Hole as well. There's a big era of that, and I think the next generation went, we better fucking watch it, actually.
Let's reel it in a bit.
Aye, and that's how you ended up. You ended up with a generation of slightly safer
Aye.
bands. Not that it was mere boring or anything like that, but it was definitely safer. And no, it wasn't. It was like, let's just be cool. Just be chilled.
Like we're saying, there's the characters that there was for the 80s, the 70s, 80s, early 90s maybe. You just didn't get that same kind of characters.
No, and it's whether that's because they're, you didn't get the opportunities. I mean, I think I've read that a lot of folks say because you didn't get opportunities with record companies as much anymore. Whereas like if your first album bombs or doesn't do well, then it's like, off you go into the long grass.
Aye. Where's the next thing?
Whereas with other bands, first album doesn't sell. All right, okay, we'll give you a second, we'll give you a third, we'll try, and then they make it.
Aye.
And it probably doesn't happen anymore. So you didn't get that opportunity for a band to come big and go and be GNR big or Metallica big or whatever.
Aye. Yeah. But yeah, like you said, the big fucking loss. Glad he went out these in fucking terms. Like I did an interview seeing CB Iommi, and Iommi spoke to him like literally I can't remember, it was like the day before, a couple of days before he spoke to Ozzy. He was saying he's like, can you sounded fine, whatever, but by the looks of it, he just held on just long enough to do the concert. That was it. So
yeah,
like you said, very sad, but life goes on.
That's the thing is, I mean, he would probably have said that himself. It's like,
Aye.
I mean, obviously, there was some shithead has done a thing where they've flown over the gravesite with a drone. I noticed it was posted on one of the sites.
Aye.
Some absolute prick doing that. So I'm sure the family. I'm sure we'll find it soon enough if he did get his wish, and get on his gravestone. But I think it was just like what Ozzy singer entertainer once bit the head off a bat, I think was what he said he wanted on his great
Something
on
like
his
that.
so I'm sure we'll find out nearer the time,
Aye.
sooner rather than later if he did get that. And there looks like there's apparently a documentary coming out on at the end a couple of weeks' time on BBC.
I did see that. Aye.
It'll be like an hour and a half long of that. They were going to do a big series, but obviously that's not itself been canned now. So that'll be quite interesting. Something to
Aye.
see as well. No doubt. I mean, I'm absolutely. I'm sure we'll all be dragging each other along to the cinema when Back to the Beginning comes out in the cinema
Aye.
as well.
Aye.
Just so we can hear it at full volume.
Literally, there was somebody in Art's work was on about the concert about a week after it happened, and it's like kind he was getting back. It's like kind of buy it kind of physically after the Tuesday after the concert. It was gone. It was done.
Yeah.
And he said, "Oh, I'll just wait for it to go in DVD." And I'm like, with the licensing and all that fucking shit, there's no danger to releasing any of that. And then literally about a week later, it's coming in DVD. It's getting to cinemas.
I think cinemas. I mean, I'm not even going to start pretending to know how that kind of thing works. But I think with cinemas, there's a way where you do it and it counts as like broadcasting or something.
Right, okay.
But none of the bands are getting to say to their managers no.
Aye.
It's brilliant exposure for them as well.
Aye.
And if folk want them to be on it, they'll be on it, and they'll do what they could do what they want.
Also, by the looks of it, it's just highlights though. It's not the whole fucking thing again.
Aye, I mean, it'll be like when they chucked out the edited version of the Freddie Mercury concert. I think they just chucked out it was like one song by a few of the bands. There was like Def Leppard only had one, Extreme didn't have their full bit. So I'm sure it'll just be like that, where it'll be shaved, and then a few folk will be maybe few performances might not be on there.
Aye.
As I've said before, look up Robert Plant doing Innuendo. It's a fucking doozy.
Hey. Right. So anyway, enough about that. Let's get on to today's thing. Which, if you haven't forgotten by the backdrops today and the t-shirts, we're taking another dip in the Iron Maiden well.
Yeah. It's like the well that just keeps providing water and content for us.
Yeah. And I'm sorry to say it's probably gonna be the last time either. We'll come back.
I don't doubt that. It's like there's definitely something we can do.
Yeah. In fact, I've still got like one or two things made in. I'm trying to like space the boot, but yeah, there's a couple of things we can go back.
Yes.
But anyway, like I said, Iron Maiden, they're on tour right now. They're on For Your Life tour. I think they just finished the European leg, as far as I know. I think that was finished just last week before.
Yeah,
I think.
So, yeah.
I don't know where the next leg is. Not America. The next leg is.
I think it's America. Yeah, America, South America, something like that.
Yeah. So, again, the first, like literally, they've just gone through one tour straight into the next one.
Yeah.
Like genuinely, they finished. Was it Future Past finished, and then like 2 weeks later they were back up.
Yeah, I think Future Past.
Mental.
Future Past finished, and then they didn't even. It was like obviously, Steve Harris lives on the road anyway.
Aye.
So he basically just like continued, scaled down the size of the truck, back out with British Lion, just basically like loaded them into another van, and then off they went. And then it's like, right, it's Maiden time again. I'm back. Just didn't stop.
No.
Even
Juggernaut.
You say that Bruce doesn't exactly Bruce doesn't like biding the hay either.
No.
Yeah, it's like solo albums and fucking comics and all this bollocks, and it's like, well, fair enough, okay.
Peddling his beer.
If they're going to be on the road, I'm going to be there. So
yes,
I'm not complaining.
In fact, I did mind the last Maiden thing we did. I couldn't mind if I'd seen them 9 or 10 times.
Okay.
This time was the 10th.
All right. Okay.
I only saw them once on the Book of Souls tour.
Okay.
Because I'd found I found no gig tickets, but I was looking for stuff for this, researching stuff. I saw the date they played in Glasgow was in the Hydro.
Okay.
And the first gig I was at Hydro was post lockdown, was Offspring. That was the first time I was in the Hydro, so I kind of wasn't there.
You've never had it, right?
So I was at 9. Now I'm at 10.
Fair enough.
Obviously again, there was someone I wanted to bring up. You mentioned the last episode when we did the Back to Beginning review. And
Okay.
you mentioned the voices aren't going to sound like they sounded 20, 30 years ago. Exhibit A, Bruce Dickinson.
I mean, Bruce just the thing is, right, and I've definitely said this on here before, right? There was a period where pre throat cancer as well, by the way, where Bruce wasn't his voice wasn't as good as it had been and could be.
Aye.
And I don't know what the fuck the man's done. I generally didn't because the last two times we've seen them, so
Yeah.
obviously that's the Senjutsu Somewhere in Time tour, Future Past, that was it, wasn't it?
Future Past, yeah. Aye.
Yeah. So Future Past one and then this one. And it's like if you've been to the fucking Robert Johnson Crossroads or something, like have you made a deal? Because like there is times we've seen him when like no like I think there's like one of the years they did Download, and I didn't see them, but I'd seen the footage, and he wasn't great. Ken, there was a few bits. It was like kind of seen like 4 or 5 songs from it,
Aye.
and it was like he's struggling and okay, and but this time it's like holy fucking shit, like. No, I mean I did it with Halford when we went to see Judas Priest.
That was that name that popped up when that comment. I was like,
and I was like, Ken, I did it, and I stupidly said it about Halford going like, he doesn't need a big no, he doesn't need a big note and victim of changes. Oh, he fucking did a big note and victim of changes.
Yeah.
And Bruce again as well. You know, just like some of the big notes with some of the songs, you know, like Power Slave. Obviously, Trooper, Faultless. We're spoiling it anyway, but here we go. Hallowed be thy name. Holy fucking shit! How good was Hallowed be thy name?
So
like,
good,
genuinely, and like it's like okay, and I know the set list is sort of it's kind of it's in waves and it gives him a chance for rest, but he's a man in his 60s. You know what? I'll give him that break to be you know like okay right well here kind of quick one, mid tempo one, quick one, long quick ones with a slow bit in the middle or something. And this is the thing where we've not unveiled the premise of the podcast yet.
No.
But we're basically I want to say that the set list they did was pretty much perfect. But despite that, for this podcast, we're away to shit all over it and mix it up. just in the never-ending search for podcast content, we're away to go. It was really good. However, this is what I would have preferred.
Yeah. Like I said, like you mentioned there, like Bruce's voice, I would argue this is the best I've ever seen them.
Yeah.
The 10
Definitely.
times I've seen like that. I saw them in Dance of Death tour. I saw them at Download and Sonosphere.
Mm-hmm.
The Martin Life and Death tour, I saw them twice. Book of Souls, what was the greatest hits tour they did? Where they played
Legacy of the Beast. Legacy of the Beast was Aberdeen.
The Future Past and this one.
Which was Legacy of the Beast was brilliant. Book of Souls was brilliant as well. I think the Book of Souls one was really good, but there was a lot of stuff I wasn't familiar with because I knew the album, but I didn't dig into the album in the way I did when we went to see Future Past. So I knew the five that were going to do, and so I gave those 5 the time they deserved. Whereas, and plus it was post lockdown, so like Senjutsu's coming out and it's like fucking new album. I've got time, you know, and it was like you dove into it. Whereas with Book of Souls, it was like the Red and the Black, 11 minutes. Oh Jesus!
Yeah,
okay,
that was the thing. Like I enjoyed the album, but it was just that every song was like fucking
very long.
Like 6 minutes plus.
And it was hard. It was hard, but I mean, it was still very good. There's no question of that. It was still really good.
It's Maiden.
But yeah, but I would absolutely agree with that. That was it tonight. The last time was what date was it? It was on 30th of June. Was honestly the best time I've seen them by just a country mile.
So
and I'll say a caveat and say that's based purely on a performance. Because I know it'd be easy to go, they played all the early stuff, so it was magic, man, Ken. It was nothing to do with that. It was genuinely performance-wise, they were spot on. We'll come to the drummer later.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't have Ken, really, other than the fact that he didn't hear like 150 drums.
That's what I'm saying. You could see him.
That's the only way you would have known. Generally, you know, you could have. If you'd stuck him behind Nico's kit, you wouldn't have kent.
No.
And that's the biggest compliment I could give him. Just as a
Aye.
performance, they were excellent.
Can't fault it.
Yeah.
Like Iron Maiden, they're always like a fucking well-oiled machine. Like
Mhm.
it's just they came with them. Like you said, they finished one tour and they pretty much probably maybe a week's rehearsal and straight into the next one.
Yeah,
If
because
that.
they know what they're doing, and I mean, this is why this is kind of why we're doing this
Aye.
podcast. I suppose is kind of going, oh well, the Iowas play, the Iowas play this, the Iowas play that.
Yeah.
Maybe they could, and I mean, there was stuff in there they haven't played in ages. There's stuff they played
Yeah.
I hadn't seen them do before.
I think there was, if you include the Eyes of March, which was on tape, they didn't play it live.
Uh-huh.
It was on tape. If you include that, there was 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 I hadn't seen on that set list. I'd never
Okay,
seen.
I would need to check, but there's definitely at least 4 or 5
Eyes of
from the
March,
last few.
Murders in the Rue Morgue, Killers,
Yeah,
Phantom Opera, Clairvoyant, which was for the surprise me. I was
yeah.
like, I was like, I must have seen that, and I looked back and I was like, I've never seen them play it live. Clairvoyant, Rhyme the Ancient Mariner, Seventh Son. And
Seventh Son. I've never seen them do Seventh Son
Aye.
because obviously they did it on one of the last tours like 10, 15 years ago. But
Aye. But yeah, like I said, it's just I thought it's like we're saying about the they were playing stuff in the first 9 albums. It wasn't it wasn't an even spread, was it?
it was not. I mean, look, I've got here. No, I mean, I'll go through it now because I've actually made a them and me. So basically, what I've done, and I've tried to be a bit more even.
Aye.
But they went 4 for Power Slave, 3 from Killers, 3 from Number of the Beast, and then it's Iron Maiden and Seventh Son has got 2, and then Fear of the Dark, Peace of Mind, and Somewhere in Time has got 1.
Yeah. Which
now,
I can understand Somewhere in Time because they just played half of it in the last
they've
year.
just done it, yeah.
Which
Yeah, they've just done it. It's fine. Obviously, Peace of Mind. There's stuff there that could have done.
Yeah.
I know they're maybe dying to just needy Where Eagles Dare anymore. Because as much as Nico moaned about it, I think he really got a kick out of doing it.
Aye.
That was his thing. So yeah, and Fear of the Dark having won, fair enough for me. And nothing from No Prayer for the Dying is like,
Yeah.
oh, come on, lads. That's
Just-
the thing, which we'll come to.
Aye.
Come to because I think there's reasons why it would have been nicer to do at least one for each of all of them, and then say, right,
Yeah.
okay, here we go.
Yeah. So basically, the premise of this is obviously Iron Maiden had their set list, but what we're going to do is we're going to make our own set lists for what we would have liked to have seen.
Yeah.
Or
So I mean, I'll caveat with what I said before we started. I haven't changed every song out. So basically, Maiden played 17 songs.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I tried to cut it to 17 songs and then I made a mistake because I'd realised I'd left out one, the one that they always do. And I'm like, well, okay, so I'm going to hate Pit and Iron Maiden because I was doing it. I was like, I could leave it out. It'd be quite funny to see them do it. It's like, but I want to see them do it.
Aye.
It's like, I don't want to go and see Iron Maiden and them nay play Iron Maiden. What would be the point of that? It's like, no, I need that.
Wait till you get to my set list.
Oh, here we go. It's like number 1, Genghis Khan. Stop it.
Some bold choices, let's say.
It's like I really like Prodigal Son. Well, so do I. But come on, they're not going to play it live.
Yeah. So the other change, the big change we had, there was no backdrops as such like they normally got. Then I got big flags. They've got all new moving parts with screens and which I thought originally going in, I thought this is gonna be the start of this fuck. This is gonna take away from. I'm gonna be concentrating on the screens as opposed to if it's going on the fucking stage.
Yeah, we obviously we've said before about the kind of we've had a laugh and a joke about how bad some of the 90s kind of virtual reality videos and stuff is, and some of the stuff even 90s, even the 2000s, like a videos for it's a different world where it's like it's the racing through like the kind of like
Wildest Dreams.
Wildest Dreams. It doesn't look good. And we've joked about it before, and I was worried that there was going to be like that kind of quality of stuff.
Aye.
but it wasn't. It was really good.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't a distracting. Like even something like Seventh Son of a Seventh Son was the one where it was like, they could have had heaps of stuff going on and did it, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was just Eddie from the album, and like some bits in the background and little bits of moving,
Aye.
and it was dripping below him,
Aye.
and it was like, right, okay, so they're nae allowing it. It's nae got to be, like it's nae got to be like, Iron Maiden's War of the Worlds in the background or
Aye.
something. You know what I mean?
Every song gets its own full length video.
Yeah.
Like some of them
Aye.
were just subtle,
Yeah,
just
some of them are really
what it
subtle. I
needed
mean,
to be.
like I did like the one for Hallowed Be Thy Name, because it was a bit more. They did a thing where like obviously he went up and he
Oh
went
yeah,
up
aye,
he went up to
yeah,
the thing and then he kind of jumped off and he got hung. So
aye,
Bruce had filmed himself. Bruce had been filmed climbing the stairs
yeah,
and then jumped off. That was really cool.
aye,
And that's like there's a place for stuff like that. And I understand there's been a few wee grumbles and things because they didn't have the plane from Aces High and stuff like that,
yeah.
which is fair enough. I mean, I
So,
can understand people are a little bit pissed off, but
so you can only do so much.
I know it's like, but it's like they're coming around with it, coming around doing this massive stage show, playing
But that's the thing,
all the
though, is
early
that
stuff. Do they really need to bring an absolute replica, full sized, 1941 Spitfire on stage as well? It's like, come
it's like
on.
how quickly is that nobody got aware of if you see it every single tour?
Yeah, yeah,
It's like
that's the thing.
it's save it. Fucking get a few years really to the crowd. Oh, here's a fucking plane again. Way.
Yeah, well, we've missed the anniversary of Power Slave, haven't we? So when they do the,
Aye.
you know, 43 years or 44 years since Power Slave 2 or something, you know, or they'll do let me think, what would they do? They'll do half from Power Slave, half from A Matter of Life and Death or something tour or whatever. So when they do something like that, they can dust it off then and they'll be like, oh, brilliant, they've got a plane back, magic, okay.
Aye.
And then it'll come down and
Yeah.
it'll be right with flying over the crowd and it'll be better. Yeah, it's fine.
Aye. It's like I said, you just kind of use it at the time, or it's just like, oh, it's playing again. There's no impact that if it's you see it
No.
every single time.
Yeah.
So we've got like 5 minutes left, so there's no point in really getting into the alternatives. But yeah, so just to go through the actual set list they played.
Yes.
So obviously we get the UFO Doctor number on tape.
Yeah.
Goes into the Ides of March tape, which I only just figured out they've just fucking Golden Axe lifted that for the fucking finishing music.
It wasn't until when you sent it through the other day, it wasn't coming to me, and then when I did like 3 hours later, I've worked it out. It's like Ides of March, and like, wow,
Yeah, like,
fair enough.
identical.
An absolute just what a shout.
Yeah, so we've got that into Murders in the Rue Morgue for an opener, which is a fucking belter, by the way.
Yeah.
Rothschild, which I didn't rate an album, but see live, it's fucking brilliant.
Yes, it's what, like, for me, like getting into Maiden first. I think I've said this to you before. It's like it was one of the songs I thought was one of the weaker ones, and then the first time I saw it live, it was like, right, there you go. Okay.
Get it now.
There it is. Okay.
Rothschild into Killers into Phantom Opera. So that's like the first 4 or 5 after the first 2 albums.
Yeah.
Then we get Number of the Beast, The Clairvoyant, which I said that I thought I'd seen, but apparently I haven't. A couple of long ones. Well, no, Power Slave's a long one, and then 2 Minutes to Midnight, which is one of my fucking favourites. Into Rhyme Nature Manager, which is fucking, was that like 14 fucking minutes?
Yeah, it's like that's your Bruce getting his voice his breath back, which again, fair enough.
Aye. Which like we said, the full, that was when it had like a full length sort of video backdrop to it, which I think just
looks really good with the boat in the background and stuff like that, and it makes sense because
added to it.
Some of the folk, obviously, like some of the whining about the t-shirts and the merch and stuff, and like in fair, some of the designs weren't great, but then you see the video and it's like, it's the boat from the t-shirt. I've got okay.
Yeah.
So I quite like that until you'd seen it, you kind of go, what's going on here?
Aye.
Okay, I've got you.
So like I said, we get the full 14 minutes of that. Burnt the Hills, Seventh Son or Seventh Son, Martyn's favourite Trooper. Holly by the Name, and Iron Maiden to finish, and then back on for Aces High, Free of the Dark, and Wasted Years.
They didn't fuck about, do they?
Yeah, just hit like that last fucking 6 or 7, just hit after hit.
Yeah.
Just add the big numbers, just fucking
Yeah.
backload it.
But yeah, I mean that's like, and Wasted Years has obviously became one that they really enjoy doing as the final song now,
Aye,
and it's great.
it is.
There's no question. It's great. Kind of like the weird that they didn't do it for years, and then it kind of crept in.
Aye.
I presume because Adrian Smith went, come on, lads, it's 4.5 minutes, and then they now do it at the end when it's like no Sanctuary has been seen in ages. Obviously, Iron Maiden ends the main part of the set. They were ending on, I'm kind of covering what they've been ending on other times. I know they've done.
I did to that. I don't think I've got rid of this notebook, but I did to the ones I've all the times I'd seen them written down. Must have been my other notebook, I think.
So they've been doing lots of different ones anyway.
Aye. But yeah,
I mean, Sanctuary obviously back in the day, but I mean, I think Aces High was the one that we're doing a couple of years back, and then it's like basically I think since basically 2023 maybe they've been doing Wasted Years last. So
in fact, did it last time? I think it was in the back end. I think it was last though, was it?
I think so, yeah. 2019, I'm just looking at it. 2019 was Run to the Hills. 2024, this is obviously average set list, but yeah,
Aye.
Wasted Years was the last time because it
Was it?
Hell on Earth Trooper and Wasted Years was the one with the Future Past one.
All right, okay.
So yeah.
Well, maybe it was then. Yeah. But like we're saying, it's like genuinely just a fucking belt of a set list.
Yeah.
It's
Absolutely.
like I said, some stuff we'd never seen before. Like I said, that's me 10 times. There's still, what did I say? Like 7 songs there that I'd never seen.
That's the thing is like again with Iron Maiden where they just didn't let you down, where it's like
Aye.
imagine that they can come out and do this
Aye.
set list and play songs that like a lot of folk have seen them all.
Aye.
And I know that they've had so much repeat customers from fans for back in the day. But
Yeah.
I mean, for all intents and purposes, this tour was a hits tour.
Aye.
When
you've got a 40+ year back catalogue to fall back on.
Like I know there's obviously some of them there that they didn't do some of the singles.
Yeah.
Which is a shame, but there's like, well, you can only do so much as like, the kind of D. No, they're not going to do 2 sets, because they're men of a certain age. So it's like you've got to go right. Let's be harsh. They're not going to do this. They're not going to do that. And I kind of joke about it's like, it'd have been nice if they'd done Still Life or something like that, or To Tame a Land. It's like, well, it would have been, but they're not going to. It's a hits tour.
Saying that the last tour, the fucking what was it pulled out a fucking Number of the Beast, The Prisoner.
Prisoner.
Just
amazing.
We're not gonna do Number of the Beast, but we'll throw in Prisoner. Just fucking in nowhere.
I mean, spoiler on my set list, I've got The Prisoner dude there because I love The Prisoner. It's like absolutely like if you're asking me to pick a song after that, I'm picking The Prisoner.
I'm not saying it's a bad choice. It's like when you've got Number of the Beast on there, they play every single time on Run to the Hills and Howls. To pull out The Prisoner.
Yeah, like it's weird to say. I don't think there's anything on the set list that they did, the official one, that you would say, it's a deep cut. It's not really, maybe Murders in the Rue Morgue. That's the one that you would only say is the deep cut because it's Fair Diano album, and it's not Wrathchild or Killers.
I would agree. Either Murders in the Rue Morgue or Fun. One of those two. That's your deepest cut you're gonna get.
Yeah. That's like mental to think that it's like no, it's here's the hits or the songs Abdi Kane's.
Aye.
Like yeah, fair enough. Okay. Yeah.
Like we're saying, when you've got 40+ years, just genuinely like there's not really a bad Maiden album. As much as we've ribbed on the fucking Bailey stuff, there's not a bad.
Like was said about I mean, I said this before we spoke about Saxon. It's like there's dodgy stuff and there's better sides. You'll always get something out of it.
Aye.
There's songs that like maybe you could have done with a bit of editing or they've gone on too long they're just a bit like it's like stock Maiden, but you know what you get what I mean by that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's a lot of No Prayer for the Dying, for example, that is just like it's just stock Maiden.
Aye.
And it's like, guys, you could do better than that.
Steve's an autopilot. There we go.
Aye, Steve's an autopilot. There's certainly stuff on um Virtual 11, the second Blaze album, which I think is a bit Steve on autopilot a bit as well.
Aye.
He
got his dark feelings out in the first day.
Yeah,
X Factor.
It's a bit like, right, okay, I'll just what ideas did left, which is fine.
Aye.
But there's no bad albums.
No. I'm not sure why it's still going because it's fucking 42 minutes now.
This is less than a minute now, so
yeah, so we shouldn't be far away. So I'll just edit this bit.
We'll just let it cut. I might as well let it cut because there's no point me going at a really great point and then losing the thread. Like, what was I fucking saying?
So, well, I'm back. You join us again on another Maiden-centric episode. But here's the fun part now, where me and Martin get to just stroke their egos with our own set lists.
Let's be honest. I mean, how many times has this podcast been totally self-indulgent in the past?
The Mosh Pit vanity project is in full effect.
That's right. Yeah.
So, like I said, the Run for Your Life set list isn't it? You can't really fault it, but we're about to.
We're about to, yeah.
So if you want to start with your set list, then we'll see.
Okay.
So this is what Martin would have liked to have seen.
What I've done is I've gone, like I said, I've gone from the start. First 9, I've done one from each album in chronological order.
Yep.
So Iron Maiden, Killers, Beast, Peace of Mind, blah blah, as we go. So, I mean, we can have Ida March at the start as a tape if you want. I'm not really fussed what begins.
Yeah.
So I think one that we'll probably both agree on is opener wise. I've gone for Prowler.
I'd agree. I'd sniff I've got it, but yeah.
There you go. See, but because I'm doing it in order,
love a bit of Prowler.
And I've tried kinda to do the thing that they've done, where it's like, right, did I just go, here's all the 100-mile-an-hour ones? So Prowler second, gone for Wrathchild, Dean Bruce a favour.
Yeah, get the crowd involved. Give him a rest.
Yeah. Third, Prisoner, which isn't exactly a million miles an hour. It's quick bits in it, obviously, as well. Prisoner for me.
Glad it's the Invaders.
It's nae get me Invaders. Remember the Beast. Number 4, Peace of Mind. One that we've seen them do before, but they didn't do, which is Flight of Icarus or Icarus.
Yeah.
Gives him a chance to. You could maybe have dusted off his flamethrowers if you wanted to, or whatever, which is ace.
4 songs in, like the flamethrowers out.
First song in the Legacy tour, the last that had the bloody fucking plane.
Aye, the plane.
Come on.
Fair point, well made.
Number 5 for Power Slave. It's time to do Bruce a favour. So I've gone early for Rhyme and Ancient Mariner.
Yep.
Let him have that one. Somewhere in Time. We've spoken about how this is going to be self-indulgent. I'm wanting deja vu.
I knew it was coming. Knew it.
I'm wanting deja vu. So like, I was like, I've bade my time. It's like I'm wanting it. It's my favourite Maiden album. I'm wanting that.
Yeah.
Number 7, Seventh Son of a Seventh Son. Picking one they didn't do as well. The Evil That Men Do, which I've seen them do a few times before.
Yeah.
But it's great. I really love that song.
Yeah.
Then we've got obviously No Prayer for the Dying. They didn't do anything from No Prayer for the Dying.
No.
Now, my head says, why would you do a hits tour and not do the number 1 single and put in Bring Your Daughter to the Slaughter?
Yeah.
Which has got, it's got the big sing-along moments as well. You get the crowd in, the Bring Your Daughter, Fetch Your Daughter stuff. I don't think I've ever seen them do it. I would need to check that.
So Bring Your Daughter to the Slaughter?
Yeah.
They haven't done it since...
I don't think
2003.
I don't think I've seen them do it then, which is a shame. Which would be nice to see him. But obviously, that's my head says Bring Your Daughter to Slaughter. My heart says Hooks and You.
Also knew that was coming.
because I just love that, because I just love that song. And again, and I know there's me on a tour that is a hits tour going, are you really asking for Deja Vu and Hooks and You? Yes, I am.
I'd argue there's
Yes, I am.
four tracks on the album you could have thrown in. Not all four, but there's
They
one
could have,
of the
well,
four.
they could have done Tail Gunner, probably Holy Smoke.
Aye.
They could have done Bring Your Daughter to the Slaughter, and they have done Hooks and You in the past before.
That's
because there's a live version on the B side of the Fear of the Dark single, or the Fear of the Dark live single.
Yeah.
So they've done it before, and it's fucking ace. And then from Fear of the Dark, we'll just go for Fear of the Dark because you know my stance on that album. They're Naked a D from Here to Eternity. Maybe could have done Afraid to Shoot Strangers because it's a bit slower.
Yeah.
But I don't think they would. I think that's probably those days are gone. So yeah, Fear of the Dark for that one. That brings the 9 albums.
So that's your first 9.
That's my first 9. And then I had to Swick because I'd actually left it out. But we've got here Iron Maiden because they always end either the show or the main part of the show with Iron Maiden.
Yep.
So we've got to do that. Now, whether they want to go off and hey Arrest and come on and do a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 song encore or they don't, that's up to them, you know. But it's Mead's picking, so I'll say they did. I'll say they did. They go off and they come back. So then this is these are just random, picking them at random. What do we want to hear?
But you want to
try to put them in a bit of sequence that kind of helps out Bruce as well, because clearly the choices as we spoke about earlier, the choices they made with the set list clearly are helping him, his voice being better as well.
Aye.
In terms of like having it flowing and giving him the right time and the breaths and stuff. And it's like it's a lesson for other bands. Guns N' Roses. And Metallica, to be honest, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
It's a lesson for a lot of bands that, maybe an instrumental, or one with as many words might help your singer out. So Bruce comes back on, full of energy. He's had his cup of tea, his Trooper Ale, whatever he has in between sets, straight into Phantom of the Opera. I am wanting Murders in the Rue Morgue though, so I've got that next. We're coming back full energy, straight into Number the Beast.
Yep.
Because they must. Then Seventh Son of a Seventh Son, with nice long one to just bring it down a bit. Video show and that.
Middle game arrest.
Into Power Slave from Power Slave, which I just realised I've done that where I've done 3 songs in a row that are the titles of the albums. Just written it the way I've written it down. It's like okay, and then we're the home stretch. Run at the Hills, obviously from Number the Beast.
Yeah.
Number 16, I've gone for a little bit of a left field one because I thought, something to get Run at the Hills has got sing along bits.
Yeah.
But maybe get a crowd involved, bit of singing, bit of back and forth. Why an AD Drifter?
There's your deep cut.
There's my deep cut. And then I was happy. I was happy with the way the show finished. It was brilliant. Wasted Years is a perfect way to end the show.
Yeah.
Babies in the air, confetti cannons up, foam party, whatever you want to have out the door. Probably enjoyed it so much I would buy another T-shirt.
Yeah.
They've done me, and it's walking away like I did after the gig on the 30th of June, basically saying that's why they're the best metal. That's why they're the best metal band of all time.
Aye.
There you go.
Yep.
And I said it that night, and I'll say it every night for the rest of my life now. This last tour just proves it that they're the greatest metal band of all time.
Between the songs and the performance and the stage show, you can't argue there's anybody better.
No, not at all. I mean, no, there's maybe been more influential bands. There's maybe ones that have played bigger arenas or sold more tickets, but in terms of just what they do, they cannot. They're untouchable. Untouchable.
Like you said, there's maybe folk that have got a better stage show or a better performance, but to hate all 3 at that high quality, there's many, if any, that can touch Iron Maiden in that kind of regard. I think.
No, not at all. Not for me.
So that was Martin's set list.
So yeah, so I mean, like I said, and I did
Yeah.
obviously. I said earlier what I had. So I had, excuse me, I tried to space it out a bit more. So like I had three from Iron Maiden, three from Killers, three from Number of the Beast, which I know is nine from the first three albums, but yeah, what you gotta do.
Yeah.
And then it's two from Power Slave, two from Somewhere in Time, two from Seventh Son, and then one each from Peace of Mind, No Prayer, and Fear the Dark.
Aye.
So I think I was fair. You know, I was obviously self-indulgent myself, specifically with Deja Vu, Hooks and You, and Drifter. You know, I mean, but it's my set list. What do you want to do?
So, that's Martin's set list, and now for something completely different. Right. So, like we said, the set list itself had 17 songs plus the tape
Uh-huh.
intro,
Okay.
which runs a time of 1 hour 43 minutes.
Oh, here we
Like
go.
like on like they played live, but just the song length, album track, that's 1 hour 43 minutes.
Okay.
So the set list I had, I tried to pick two for every album
Wow.
to
Okay,
give
so that's eight. So that's 18.
to give 18, and I was running 1 hour and 31 minutes. So I threw in another two songs to bring it to 1 hour 41.
Wow.
So I've got for a full 20 song set there.
So I'm going to predict that. Like, let's have a bit of fun here. You've obviously nay got Seventh Son or Rhyme Ancient Mariner.
I've got one of them.
Wow, fucking hell, Jesus! You have picked short ones then. You didn't have Loneliness of the Long Distance Runner.
No, absolutely not.
I'm trying to think of what other long ones are there. I mean, Hallowed Be Thy Name isn't that long.
No.
Yeah, that's probably the longest one. So you've ditched one of the really long ones.
Yeah.
Then okay, right.
So like I said, I've picked two from every album, and I've only picked prior to the tour. I've only picked tracks that I'd never seen before.
Okay.
So
Fair
so
enough,
there is a
okay.
lot of hits missing.
Brilliant.
So to open up for me, I'm going Murders in the Rue Morgue.
Love it.
Because as we know, Beast Over Hammersmith is the best live album.
Carry on.
So the first three of mine are kind of the same. So Murders in the New Morgue, Killers, and Phantom Opera. That's my three openers. And then, so that's two for Killers and one for Iron Maiden. Then from Number of the Beast, much like yourself, I'm going for something a bit different. I'm going with Gangland,
Oh,
which
jeez, oh,
which
okay.
they have never played live.
Never, okay.
Never. There's 5 tracks here they've never played.
I mean, Gangland, which of course they never will.
No, because it was fucking wiped. No, was it Gangland that got wiped off the album?
It's
When
Gangland that got taken off and
Yeah.
they put Total Eclipse on, yeah.
Total Eclipse on, yeah. When
I
Invaders
should have picked Total Eclipse.
when Invaders are sitting right there. Just get.
I should have picked Total Eclipse, fuck's sake. Can I change my list?
I mean, you can.
I'm not going to. No, it's written now. It's fine.
So yeah. So Murders of the New World Killers, Phantom Opera, into Gangland, and then we're going to something that they played since 1983, From Peace of Mind to Tame a Land, because it's kind of it gets fast, but it's got a lot of breaks in the middle, so Bruce gets a wee rest.
Yeah.
On to someone they've never played again, off of Power Slave. I'm going for the
Here we go.
Duelists.
Wow. That is a great song,
Aye.
to be fair.
It's fucking. There's a lot of stuff they've never played that's fucking brilliant.
It is a great song. I'm going to give you that. I'm not gonna.
And then from there, I am going into my Charlotte the Harlot saga. So the 4 Charlotte Harlot tracks are Charlotte Harlot, 22 Acacia Avenue, Hooks and You, and From Here to Eternity. So there's
Now we're fucking talking.
rocking and rolling now.
No, I'm in.
like 22 22 guys, it's 7 minutes, but the other three, they're kind of short ones, so
I,
can
I, mean, I
rattle
would
through
have. I mean, I would have picked 22 Acacia Avenue, but I'd already had three for Number the Beast, and I was like,
that. So that's one for Iron Maiden, one for Number the Beast, one for No Prayer for Dying, and the one for Fear the Dark. So we're going to keep things rolling with Deja Vu.
yeah,
Just to keep Martin happy.
Now we're talking.
Another, so like Deja Vu starts a 3-song run that stuff they've never played before. So we'll go for Deja Vu into Flash of the Blade off of Our Slave. Into Sun and Steel off a Piece of Mind.
Sun and Steel's a fucking banger.
Yeah. Never played it. Like
really?
No, never. According to set list, they've never played it.
Yeah. The problem, well, if it's nailed there, they wouldn't have played it though.
And then we're going to slow things down. Gabriel's Arrest with Seventh Son before we crack it. The final three to go in to finish the set. So we'll ramp things back up again with Sea of Madness.
Sea of Madness, Ucha boy.
Into Holy Smoke. And to finish the set, Prowler. You're not getting Iron Maiden. Like, if you look at it, Prowler is the same kind of fucking pattern as Iron Maiden. It's got the fast and then it kind of slows down and builds up again. So you can get the Big Eddie coming up. You can still do the fucking Big Eddie behind the screens. Still get that for Prowler to finish sets, and they go off, come back on, and the Clairvoyant, Be Quick or Be Dead, and then Bring Your Daughter to the Slaughter to finish. Big sing along to finish.
I mean, Be Quick or Be Dead. Okay, I'll let you hear that. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, so that's my ideal play. Like I said, prior to the tour happening, those were songs that I'd never seen. In fact, there's some songs there nobody's ever seen live.
No.
And now a lot of them, like a lot of the deeper cuts I've got on there, like they played them like on the tour for every album they released for it, and they've never played them since.
Yeah.
Like the Table Lands need to be played since '83. Hooks and Use need to be played since '91. From Here to Eternity they played since '93. Holy Smokes need to be played since '91. Be Quick or Be Dead need to be played since '93. So it's like a lot of these they've played them like one tour and they've never been in the set again.
Yeah. Aye, well, you've piqued my interest there, and I'm now looking up like the World Peace Tour to see what they were doing, and holy shit, if this is right, then okay, they did To Tame a Land. So this is obviously the Peace of Mind World Tour.
Yeah.
And that can't be right. So yeah, we're talking what intro main titles from movie Where Eagles Dare, straight into Where Eagles Dare, Sanctuary, Rothschild, Trooper, Revelations, Flight of Icarus, Diary of Boots On, 22 Acacia Avenue, Number the Beast, To Tame a Land, guitar and drum solo, which they've long abandoned.
Yeah.
Hallowed Be Thy Name, Iron Maiden, Encore, Run to the Hills, A Drifter. Yeah, we're fucking talking. Probably never have done Sun and Steel, which is amazing. It's an absolute banger, that track as well. That's an amazing shout by you.
Yeah. Like I said, just like we're saying, vanity project. Just give other stuff I've never seen before, just to tick something off the list. Like I've seen everything off fucking A Matter of Life and Death. Just give me some stuff. In fact, I've seen everything after A Matter of Life and Death twice.
I just think, look, enough. We've been very good to Maiden. I know I've sat through stuff that's like,
we went to the Final Frontier tour.
I went to the Final Frontier tour.
In fact, I went to the Final Frontier tours twice.
Yeah, so I mean, we've sat through a lot of stuff there that's like, it's not so great,
Yeah.
So I think that, I think you're owed.
I just need Prowler. That's all I fucking want. Just give me Prowler.
It's for Prowler. It's fine.
I don't even need all that. Just give me Prowler and I'll be happy.
So I'm with you. It's fine. You've got me. Like it's like kind of like we joked about some of the book soul stuff earlier, but it's like
Aye.
when you're thinking like I've sat through When the Wild Wind Blows, you know, El Dorado, fucking Satellite 15. I'm just looking. I'm looking at the bloody Final Frontier Tour set list, which I'm sure we did last time.
Yeah,
When the Wild Wind Blows,
it's been mentioned.
Coming Home, Talisman, and El Dorado. Fuck me,
Yeah.
It's like again the other stuff that they played sensational, but just yeah, no for me that one. But
In fact, they played with the. I was going to have your work last week in Planet Rock. We're playing El Dorado. I'm like, why the fuck are they playing us? Come on, the fuck boys.
Come on. It's like, come on. I mean, I'm not saying. Like, the thing is, a wider point about Planet Rock is like it cannot be Number the Beast and Run the Hills because they're guilty of doing that far too often. And I know you need to dig deeper, but it's like, come on, El Dorado's nay in the top 100 Maiden songs.
You've gone too deep, boys.
Aye, no, I mean, we're nae get to do this, and I'm refusing to take part in the podcast where we rank the Maiden songs from like 1 to 175 or whatever. We're just nae doing it because it's too long, and it's just like, come on, and it's just silly, silly. It's like leave it to the Quietus or Rolling Stone or one of these clickbait websites. It's like, okay, very good.
Like you said, there's a lot of material in the Maiden Well we've got to get to, but before we get to that, there's a lot more stuff we can get through.
There's a lot more stuff that'll be fun rather than just going, oh yeah, here's Vago and Martyn making a case for Virtual 11 again. It's like, hold on, so you're really putting Man on the Edge in the top 50 Maiden song? Aye.
Although it's like we're saying about the stuff I'd never seen live, is some of that's a little bit of a lie, because when we've seen Diano, he did some of this stuff.
Of course, yeah.
I've just never seen Maiden do it live as the loophole.
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen. I mean, Bruce didn't do a lot of it solo anyway.
He didn't do any. He didn't do any Maiden stuff with me.
I think once or twice when he was doing before he got back in Maiden. So once he packed in the Skunk Works stuff, I think he was doing. I think it was either Prisoner or Children of the Damned. He was definitely doing one of them.
Aye.
But he wasn't doing like a heap.
That last time we saw him, I expected it would bring it up the slaughter because he re-recorded it for the new solo album we had at the time.
Yeah.
And I thought you'll throw that in, but even that wasn't there.
No, yeah. So I mean, there's a lot of stuff. Obviously, Diano. Diano ticked off a bunch of stuff.
I've got the Diano set list here.
Do it.
Was Diano had Ides of March, Rothschild, Sanctuary, Purgatory, Remember Tomorrow, Murders in the Rue Morgue, Killers, Phantom of the Opera, and Running Free. And I think Transylvania was dropped.
Transylvania was dropped because the drum kit wasn't working properly. Mine. So yeah,
they get one of the lasses on to fix it with the support.
It was Burning Witch's drum kit they were using. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah. So it was. Can't remember what it was. It was either Transylvania or.
It was a case of you have he was like, you've got a choice. You can either it's Phantom of the Opera or Transylvania. And of course, he's just poor bastard sitting there like a spare prick at a wedding while they're trying to fix the drum kit. and he's trying to give you some chat and stuff like that. You can tell quite rightly he's pissed off. Okay, he was pissed off. And then he went, all right, we're going to do it. We're going to have to drop one of the songs. So I'll give you a choice. It's like, well, that was a silly thing to do, Paul. He goes, it's like, so it's Transylvania, cheer. I go, yay. And then Phantom of the Opera, big fucking cheer. And he's like, guess I ain't getting a wrist then. He's like, no, you're not. Sorry.
You just had a wrist while they fixed that fucking drum kit. Fucking gone with it.
It's like kind of did it offer the instrumental, especially as like, they're playing SWG3. I mean, he could have got off the stage, I suppose, for the instrumental, but it's like he's just gonna be sitting there like, hey, how we doing? Yay.
Yeah.
But that was a good night, that.
Yeah.
Paul.
In fact, was that? No, I was about to say. No, was it? Was that the same night it was fucking Katie Priest?
Yeah, it was KK's Priest and then him, yeah.
I was about to say
him and then KK's Priest.
I was about to say, forget it was him and Rick Owens.
Yeah.
Aye. That was a fucking decent gig.
That was fucking great.
Obviously, I've Dion was gone, so we'll not get that again.
Another one, yeah, another one that
Yeah.
they spoke. No, there was obviously rumors that they were going to have him on doing something at London.
Aye.
Whether how we'll never know because um, you know the Iron Maiden omerta is just the same as the AC/DC omerta, where they do not tell you anything that happens privately within the band.
Aye.
But there was obviously chat that he would because it was West Ham Stadium, they were going to invite him on to do a number or a couple of numbers.
Yeah.
Now whether that's true or not, we'll never can.
I thought see through the
It
tour,
would have been great.
you get the X members turning up. So fucking Stratton was kicking about. The boy fucking Tony Murphy joked about. He was at Birmingham. He turned up at.
Yes, I think. Well, was it the last tour? Obviously they invited Blaze to the last tour.
I think he was at.
Was it Nottingham or something like that, or was it Leeds or something?
Aye, but he was
at one of them.
He was pictured at one of them this year.
Was he at one of them as well? Okay.
Aye,
I know definitely know on the last tour they invited him along.
Aye. But no, there was a picture
popped up. Which is really nice.
Aye.
I mean, they've no reason to be fan of him or anything like that, and I'm sure he's happy to have the check rolling in every now and again.
Did I think there was any ill will when he got?
No,
it wasn't a kid. You're being a prick. Get the fuck out. It was just a case of it's not working. You can't do the fucking the Bruce stuff.
No, that's the thing. I mean, and Blaze has been really honest about it as well. It's any time he gets interviewed, he basically is like, the world needs Iron Maiden, so I'll be there.
It's like, do you think you could have done Bruce's stuff? Probably, but I mean, you didn't say no, are you?
Aye, yeah. I mean, that's it. He gave it a great go. So
Iron Maiden, turn it down. You fuck.
That was nice to see. That was nice to see that the ex-members are kind of because it's not something that's always happened. They were on bad. I mean, they were on bad terms with Diano for a long time. And then he got really ill, and they were looking after him and paying he obviously got his publishing back. So that was good. And then they covered his medical for his knee and things like that, which is nice. Again, they don't have to do that, but it was quite cool that they did that. And all them, like you said, Stratton and all the ex-members just like popping up. It's like, well, yeah, why not?
Nico was kicking about it, a couple of them.
Yeah, which is really nice to see that it would be great. God, no, I mean it's obviously Nick.
Say ex-member. Nick was nearly an ex-member. He just need touring.
Isn't it? I mean, that's the thing is, I mean, he's for all we know, he's got to be on the album. If they do another album, which we'll see, he just kind of do the. I mean, he's touring off. I can't remember the name of his band now. He's obviously playing he's doing dates. I did see that.
He's doing a couple of Maiden numbers.
He's doing Maiden numbers. Somewhere beside it's what's it? Is it Rockin' Ribs or something like that? Is it
something like that? Aye, he's a restaurant.
I can't mind. I can't mind if it was, but he's doing all that kind of stuff, which is great. You want to see him being happy and having a good time.
Well, I was an interview. He did an interview, and he was kind of here a few fucking playful ribs at the new boy.
Was he?
He beat his baby. I beat his baby kit.
On he goes.
It's like, the boys. He's got a wee baby kit and whatever that. He was obviously joking. It's kind of like he came out and said, "It's kind of glad the Maiden fans have seen him and just."
They're called. The band's called Titanium Tart.
That was it.
That's it. I was like, I'll look at to find it, see if I can find it.
But yeah, I did see that there's a couple of Maiden numbers he's thrown in there.
Yeah, which is good. It's like he's doing some stuff and having a good time. Yeah, having a good time, and let's say you'll be. I'm sure you'll know at some point in the future. I'll probably get up and do a couple with him. And it'll be fine. Yeah, but it's good to see because there's a lot of bands where there's ex-member kind of beef and people are welcome or once you're out, and we've obviously joked about the Mustaine Metallica thing where they're on, they're off, they're on, they're off, they're on. You never know whether they're actually whether it's just proper beef, and you see that with like Lombardo and Slayer, where it's like, can you just get on? So it's really cool that Maiden have just kind of went, he's come, a lot of yous
come along,
and we'll have a beer and enjoy it, and it's fine.
Picture backstage with Steve, and he's got his thumbs up, just
Yeah, it was good. I mean, they obviously did the end. They did the awesome end of tour video. I don't know if you saw it. The thing where like they went around all the members. It's like, oh, this part of the tour is over. Blah blah. It's been amazing. And they interviewed them all. For some reason, weirdly, I think Adrian was in two different settings when he was interviewed. So there's one in like a hotel room, and there's one where he's backstage. So he'd obviously done something, and then they've went, Adrian, you need to again. And they've saved somewhat, and he's done more. But Steve's barely in it, which is a funny thing. It's Bruce, Dave, obviously Dave, Yannick's, who doesn't really speak a lot, but Yannick is that. And then it just cuts to the end. It's like, there's Steve, and of course you get the thumbs. It's just like, that's all I want. Goes, yeah, it's been amazing. Some good football games.
I was gonna bring that up.
And he's like,
a bit kind of ex-member have been welcoming a hand. I did notice at the football games they played, Colin Hendry wasn't in one of them.
no,
Nah, or he certainly was the ones I saw. Yeah, that he was the picture.
he's maybe been quietly moved on. I don't know if you saw he was in court last week or the week before.
Was he?
Aye. He was in court for basically like it's some sort of like domestic abuse stuff, which is obviously isn't funny, which is why I think they've basically went, you can't play then, mate. Nobody brings beef. We didn't need drama, so it's like, sorry, Colin, you're not coming. Because I did wonder why he hadn't been at the games, and then it was like it came up, and I'm like, there you go, you fucked yourself out a couple of £100 there, mate, or whatever your appearance or flight was.
Bigger fish to fry.
Yeah.
But no, I meant to stick out the side metal chat like, oh, where's Colin? Where's he gone?
Aye.
But no, that makes sense now you've said that. That's why he wasn't there.
It's like, yeah, again, it's like things like that. It's like he's out. He's obviously just they didn't need a drama.
That's one thing though. There's nearly been like a Maiden fucking scandal.
No, I mean even like there's been like divorces and stuff like that, and because they're so, like even when Bruce had cancer, it's like they're so just like, we'll deal with it. That you never get that, and like I say, it's the same as it is the same as AC/DC. When when Malcolm died, it wasn't oh boohoo, feel sorry for us. It was like, basically it was cheers Mal, and then Stevie was already in the band, and it's just a Maiden's very much like that, I think, as well, where it's like it's they don't give anything away. And it's a case of even, and Bruce said it when he had cancer, when he was diagnosed, it was like, no, I'm not special. I'm just a guy dealing with this, and I don't need to be, doing the sob story, woe is me interview. It's just I'm just going to go get better. I went and got better, and now I'll do interviews about it because it'll help people. I was like, that's how it works. It just I don't want to say a quiet dignity because nothing about Maiden is quiet. but you know exactly what I mean. It's like when they do speak, it's a thing.
But yeah, I think that kind of wraps up what we're doing for today. One thing I will mention is that, like you mentioned, the merch earlier. That's one of the fucking 4 t-shirts deep in Maiden.
Yeah. I mean, I just managed to scrape by just getting the 2.
But no, I got obviously I got the tour, the main tour t-shirt, and this one I've got on. Plus, obviously, you've got to get the event t-shirt when you're there.
They did me with that. That's the thing.
The UK tour, and then I just
open the dates.
Like I said beforehand, it was like, well, I'll nip along this fucking. And I was only at the kind of Dardanus Eddie's dive bar. I only went there because I was looking for patches.
Okay.
Fucking tour patches. That's the only reason I went, because they were supposed to be on sale there. Like, oh, if they got any, might as well get a fucking dive bar t-shirt then,
If you've walked all the way out to SWG3 from the Hydro, you might as well treat yourself a t-shirt. Yeah, it's fine. I know it's totally acceptable.
I mean, at that point, I'd like pre-ordered Adam t-shirts, so like I knew I was getting an else. I was getting another t-shirt. It's like I've no patches, so I'll get them at a gig. Fucking the same. Queued outside for fucking half an hour. The fucking wee booth. When I got them, they'll be inside. Queued another fucking half an hour inside at the fucking merch bit. Oh, when I got them, fucked.
We queued as well. To be fair, as well, and we got I So it's like, I'm only buying one. I'm only buying one. And then I joked, and I mentioned earlier, obviously, people whining about the quality of the quality of the designs on the merch and stuff.
Aye.
And I wasn't like too taken by some of it. But then as I'm standing looking at it, I'm like, the Rothschild one looks ace. The Mariner one looks ace. Like the back print isn't quite what I want. But no, I'm just having a tour dates one. Thank you very much.
That's
and I did say, if you got patches? No. All right, okay. Is there any? I can't see. Is there any pin badges? No pin badges either. Brilliant. Saved myself some money.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mum. No pin badges this time.
Yeah. But eventually, I did get my patches. I've got them now. So I'll need to take one patch off the jacket to sew the tour patch on.
It's it's got to be done.
Like you'll be glad to hear it's probably the tour patches coming off. That'll be the one that makes me.
Oh well, it's got to be done. It's got to be done.
So, so like we said, this we'll be coming back to this as well for some more content in the future.
Of course we will.
Obviously, a couple of years we'll be back here speaking about another fucking tour.
Yeah, Iron Maiden's going to get you.
Aye. I reckon we've got coming up next. We've got ACDC in a couple of weeks as we record this.
Oh, aye, yeah.
So we might have to do someone along them lines. And we've still got one in the back pocket. We have a very special guest.
Hold the phone. Am I not getting to do the special one-off episode discussing my time at Lana Del Rey?
Which, incidentally, I forgot to bring up the last episode. It was the preparation of the call. I was like, I forgot to mention that. Fuck.
As I've said, my metal credentials are intact. I was wearing my Creator Testament and Anthrax t-shirt to the gig. But also it was also really fun. It was also really good.
Aye.
So there you go.
Like you say, you can't listen to metal all the time.
Can't listen to metal all the time. And I felt like I looked like one of the most rugged men in the stadium as well, which isn't always something I can say that happens.
Yeah. One of these things does not belong.
One of these things does not belong. I mean there was a lot of, and did I attack us the wrong way, nobody out there it's a slight on anyone. There was a lot of teenage girls or middle-aged women who were accompanying teenage girls. A lot of Twinkie style gay men. Which again, nothing wrong with that. Live your life how you want to live your life. And there was quite a lot of people who were clearly dads who were chaperoning their daughters along.
Forced to be there.
And there was me and obviously Rachel, as you know. No, someone, a woman in her 30s and a man and a 44-year-old man. Just like, anyway. Sad to report, the circle pit did not open up.
No wall of death.
No wall of death, no circle pit. I tried once the tempo picked up on one of the songs, but nobody was having it.
Yeah, we can't hang on.
Can I, yeah.
Yeah, so like I said, we'll leave it there. Thanks again for joining us for another main episode. We'll be back. Like I said, we'll be back with another at some point. Get a few weeks. We'll be back with something else, mate. Like I said, we've got some other plans, and we'll try and space them at least. So you're being bombarded with just Iron Maiden. But again, thanks to Martin Clunes for joining me for this.
Cheers, mate. Greatest metal band of all time. Remember.
Yep. And we'll catch you next time.